Delco. What is Delco? Urban Dictionary, maybe the best definition of any place in the history of any place. Delco is the nickname for Delaware County. Not just a place to live, it's a way of life. Delco isn't something you obtain with a short visit while you're passing through. Never has been, or don't actually live here, you just won't understand. Delco is something you can spot across the bar while out of town. Speaking of bars, there's 42-to-1 ratio when it comes to bars to libraries. Delco people love being from Delco. I don't know if there's anything special from Delco, except being a Delco guy, I kind of like it.
Welcome back to another episode of Delco Baseball. Now we got our high school preview episodes rolling along. Finishing up the PCL here, we got Sean Vaughn, Jack Quinn, and Adam Schreiber from Cardinal O'Hara. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah, good.
Appreciate you guys coming in. Jack, is it still basketball season? Or you guys done?
No, we finished against Carroll on Sunday.
Did you guys make the playoffs? Or
No, we did not.
how many teams make it?
10.
10. Well, hopefully I'll get out to the championship game, which will probably be pretty nuts. But appreciate you guys taking the time to come in. Before we get started talking about next season, I kind of just wanted to hear from you guys a little bit on your thoughts about last season as a whole, just the good and the bad from it.
There was a lot of good. We started off pretty good, I would say. We hit a little rough spot. But we had a good group of guys last year. I feel like we were all pretty connected, and I feel like we had a pretty good year.
Yeah, we had a good start to the year, I would say. We just we're gonna miss, Till was a big loss. Flynn had a great year, and we're gonna miss a lot of big pieces from last year, and we're just excited for this year.
Yeah, like they said, we started off really well. I think the one problem was we kind of got on that streak and we got a little too confident. I think a big key for this year is just holding ourselves accountable and not getting too far ahead, just playing one game at a time.
It's a long season.
Yeah.
Well, that's good because you can take that, kind of that learning experience. You guys did still make the playoffs, played a good St. Joe's prep team down to the wire. How valuable is that experience for some of the younger guys that will need to, step in for Till and for Flynn, and obviously Jack Coleman's not here, just getting all these younger guys in?
There's the type of games you want coming down to the end. I know it's fun. We had a lot of kids on the bench. It got a little heated back and forth, so it's just a good game for everyone. Just get under our belts and take that into this year.
Yeah, it's just it was a great experience, especially for, me and Adam both pitched, so just help us get better for playoff baseball this year, and then hopefully play playoff baseball this year. And then a lot of guys, like Colin Thomas got some ABs that game, just guys that we need to step up, got opportunities that game.
Yeah, I think having some of those younger guys like Colin Thomas and even some of the other guys on the bench, being in that environment, like a playoff game where it's kind of chippy, I think that's good. So we have guys that have that experience and we're not walking into anything blind and not ready for anything.
That's a good point. The JV call-ups, when I was, I played for Strathaven, same thing. I got called up, end of JV season. I didn't play, but just to see this is what you're walking into. Actually, my first varsity game was a playoff game. It started hailing. We drove all the way out to Wissahickon, and it just started hailing on us.
That weather in the prep game was not nice. It was cold. It was like raining the whole entire time. It was brutal.
So you guys last year, you went viral for the bench mob video. That might have been our most viewed interview of the year. Unfortunately, Jay Camposano is not here anymore, but how valuable is it to have those guys that may not be playing as much still be bringing that energy and just be bought in and saying hey, we're here to win, and probably we're here to get under people's skin pretty much.
I think it's good. We got a lot of seniors this year. We got around double-digit seniors, so having guys that had been together for that long, 4 years. We got 12 guys that have been together for 4 years. So I think there's a really good chemistry. So I think we'll have a lot of guys on the bench, and hopefully we can stay loud for all 7 innings and just hype everyone up.
Who was the one that just kept going? Broomall.
Weldy.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't know what he looked like. I've only seen him with the helmet on before. I wasn't sure if he was coming. I had a question. Our play-by-play guy Dave calls Villanova football games, and I was going to ask him about that. But Same thing to you guys, just having that, like, especially when you're pitching, to have that kind of energy from the bench.
No, yeah, I just think, we got a lot of great guys, and we're just going to have a lot of fun this year. So we're just about having fun and winning. So,
Yeah, it's always good to come back in the dugout after an inning or maybe like a hit, and everyone's just excited, Like the first inning, we got off to a really good start, and it was super loud, and it's easy to just kind of play in to that energy. It makes everyone kind of feel a little bit more comfortable.
Cool.
Yeah, I know with that, the prep game, the playoff game, like that was one of my favorite games I pitched in because like it was already like Quinn started that game. I went in to relieve, but like it was already chippy and kind of like back and forth. And like both of the dugouts were just like on fire. So having that like on the mound and hearing your dugout scream and everything, it just brings like a real fire and makes you play better.
Was that at FDR?
It's LaSalle.
At LaSalle. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, because it was probably because the turf. Or were you playing on the turf at LaSalle? Got it. I think that day Devin played Goretti, and it was at Carroll, and I was living in Conchi, so it was 10 minutes away. I'm like, all right, I'll go there, and I'll send somebody else out to you guys because I'm lazy. But let's flip the page to 2026 now. We'll start kind of on the pitching side. You guys will both, again, be big parts of the staff. It's pretty rare to have both your top guys return. So, like, how confident are you guys going into the season knowing, like, you've already had that whole season where you guys are expected to, carry a big load of the innings? Just say, like, hey, we've been here before.
yeah, we just, we're prepared after a lot of outings last year, and especially with Padraig being healthy this year, that's, our main innings for the last 2-3 years have come from us three. So we're just ready to ball.
Did he pitched very briefly last year, right?
He had some arm problems
early
so,
on,
yeah.
or
yeah. But
Threw a lot sophomore year, though.
because I remember I covered you guys played Wood in the playoffs the year before, and I don't remember if he started or if he. I couldn't remember if he started or if he came in, but then I figured it was something with an injury.
But I think it is really important, like having guys that have been on varsity since sophomore year, like getting all those varsity innings for 2 years. Me and Quinn threw a lot of innings last year, so I think it's important to have those veteran guys like that have been doing it, and then we have a couple good young arms that can hopefully come in and relieve or get us some out of league wins.
Who else could we see out of you three on the bump?
Colin Thomas, a sophomore. He's got a good arm.
And Vaughnie and Padraig.
Are you going to chuck a little bit?
Yeah, I might, maybe a little bit,
Who's behind
a little bit?
Who's behind the plate with Flynn gone now? Still up for grabs?
Yeah, I think
You ready to strap him up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of positions this year. We lost a couple of seniors last year, so it should be pretty competitive once we get outside in March for tryouts. See what everyone does. Should be fun.
Well, on the offensive side of the ball, obviously you hit as well. I'm sorry, what was it? Outfield? Yeah. Somewhere in the outfield. Who else should we kind of expect to see in the lineup, whether that be returning guys or just new faces?
Well, me and Vaughnie are returning. And then Jake Staggerwalt played a lot last year. Connor Clark played a little last year. He's really put in a lot of work. Colin Thomas put in a lot of work. Joey Thompson can really hit. He's a freshman. Vinny Mancini's pretty good.
That's a good name right there.
Yeah,
I think
we got some young guys. We got a lot of big contact hitters, but like especially these two, they're going to be at the top of our lineup, and it's nice to know you can have a couple guys that can smack some singles or doubles, and if they get a single, pretty much guaranteed steal for second base. So it's nice to have those guys in the scoring position at the top of the lineup, and then like I said, with those young guys that we have that can swing it pretty good to knock them in.
You gonna get any AVs this year?
Definitely not. I got an at bat last year in the St. Joe's prep playoff game because I went in the relief after Quinn.
Oh, okay.
Did not go well.
So what?
And then Nate Everett too for hitting.
Who's that?
Nate Everett hits too.
Okay. Was it just like I guess the DH is taken out?
Because we didn't have a DH, so I had to go in there. I worked a full count.
That's a quab.
Struck out on a slider.
That's just mean. The other pitcher should know that you're the PO and just be like, come on, give me the heaters. All right, let's talk a little bit about college baseball. Sean, you'll be playing not too far away at Quinn and Mercy. What was your recruiting process like that had you end up there?
I mean, for me, it's a little tough. I'm a smaller guy. Not everyone's attracted to that. But, yeah, just getting out there, emailing coaches, and I think I'm in the right spot. The coaches, they think they can do a lot with me, and I'm excited to get up there next year.
Cool. How far? That's not too far from You guys, right?
No, it's about 45 minutes.
Okay. Adam, you're heading to High Point. Are you just sick of the cold weather pretty much? Just wanna go
Yeah,
down
I'm
there?
ready to get out of the Northeast. I'm not a huge fan of pitching when it's cold out. It's a lot harder to get warmed up. But I was down in the South a lot, like for travel ball and stuff. So I like the warm weather. I feel like I throw a lot better. So I went down there for a visit, and like the campus was beautiful. The weather was
I've heard it's
amazing.
awesome.
So it was a pretty easy choice, and the academic stuff was good. I think that would fit me really well. Classrooms aren't like too big. I don't think I would do good in like a huge auditorium. So
My first class, I went to Penn State, was I walked in, it had 800 seats. It had like staircases in the classroom.
Yeah,
I was like,
I couldn't do that.
I'm not a public school anymore.
at High Point, it's like high school classroom. So I think that's definitely what I need. So that was definitely a big part of the choice. But
Jack, I think the last time I saw you at Miracle League, you were still kind of debating. Do you kind of have an idea of what you want to do, whether play baseball, basketball, none of the above?
Yeah, I'm about to go to like Scranton and play both.
Ooh, a little dual threat. That's it. That's interesting because those two sports like have a little overlap, right? Like usually you see kind of like a football, baseball, or track and football or whatever. So that's awesome. Well, congrats. I also kind of wanted to ask you guys about just going to O'Hara in general. Like, where would you guys have gone? I know you started in Interboro, right?
yeah, I was there for freshman year, and then I played basketball there sophomore year, and then I transferred to O'Hara right before the baseball season started.
Did you play basketball for O'Hara this year as well?
No, I didn't play basketball at O'Hara. I just played it at Interboro.
Where would you have gone if you didn't?
I would also be Interboro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
I probably would have went to Marple.
We had a lot of Marple guys. I've kind of tried to set it up as like the non-Central League teams first and then end with like all the Central League teams in a row. And like Devon's got like 5 Broomall kids on their team and a couple from Malvern as well. But all right, boys. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to come on. Wish you the best of luck this season. I'm sure we'll be out for. I feel like we either get you guys when you play Carroll or Bonner for one of the game of the weeks. So looking forward to that and catch up with you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we are now joined by Cardinal O'Hara head coach Rob Benedict. First time on the show, but long overdue. How you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time to come on. Your boys were talking about your Pepsi. Get them a little sponsorship here. But O'Hara baseball fueled by Pepsi. I love it. So how long have you been the coach for this O'Hara team?
8 years.
Do you have any of your boys coming on the staff again this year?
My sons?
Yeah.
No. So my son Rob, he's got a freshman at O'Hara, and he's got 3 boys, 8, 6, and 4.
Wow, really?
So he's not going to have any time.
I heard Shane's joining our summer team this year with Cedar.
He is.
Yeah.
He
So I'm
is.
excited to get him. We could use some more innings. So
Yeah.
is he still playing Chester Delco League too?
Yeah. That'll be his number 1 for pitching.
Yeah. Just get him enough eligibility for playoffs and we'll
Yep.
be good. All right. Well, as we did with your players, I'd love to kind of just start off hearing your thoughts about last season. As they mentioned, kind of started hot, cooled off towards the end. What were your thoughts just throughout the season?
I think that they're right. We started off really well. We started off offensively playing really well, pitching very well. Second half of the season was a different story, and I'll take ownership of that. We lost a couple coaches right around that time. One is dealing with a medical issue, and another one job related, and then another one had a granddaughter. So
That's a lot being thrown at you.
right. So it was a little tough because we didn't have the coaches there at practice, and you win in practice, right? So the kids are no fault. They kept playing. They played their butts off. They did what they needed to do. We just didn't have what we needed from our side to keep going.
So what's the staff looking like this year? Any new additions?
There is a couple new additions. So we have a new addition at the freshman level. We changed up some varsity stuff. Lenny Montana's going to go down and be the head coach at JV now.
Awesome.
To get some head coaching experience. We brought on a guy, Jason, and we brought on Cedar.
Cedar, if
So-
you're listening, I love you.
Yes. Me too, Cedar.
Old school baseball player. I love it. So turning the page a little bit more to 2026, how's kind of the offseason been for you guys? What have you seen from, the guys at any workouts or anything just heading into the season?
So fall, we do it a little different. We don't have our pitchers throw. We do a lot of working on our swings, working on a bunch of different things, and we do a lot of inter squads. I'll throw. We'll play live games off tee and stuff like that. Just get these guys back into the flow. And then our winter workouts and our strength and conditioning starts in fall, second week of school. Jim Ferris and another guy, Mark, who was with the Red Sox, they run our strength and conditioning for us. So I'm not a strength and conditioning coach. They do a phenomenal job with it. And then our workouts, I think, have been great in terms of they're doing everything we ask. They're buying into what we're talking about, trying to simplify everything, get the noise out, and just breathe and, take every swing for what it's worth.
What do you kind of see as the strength, just whether it be on paper or just what you've seen for the team as a whole going into the season?
I think the boys hit on it a little bit. We have all our pitching back, right? If they throw strikes, we should be okay. We got some young guys. We got some older guys. The young guys, I think they can step in, and I don't think the moment will be too big. The league's great. You're facing good pitching every time out. You're facing good teams every time out. There's nobody that's, like you're going to walk all over. Everybody's good. Everybody's well coached. So it's just us getting them ready to be prepared for that. And I think, as of right now, I'm really happy with our progress. Hopefully we keep progressing in terms of where we need to be and get to where we want to be.
It seems like there's going to be a lot of really good arms in the conference this year. I know St. Joe's Prep's got a couple flamethrowers. LaSalle always has arms. Devon Prep, we interviewed them last week. I know Carroll had some injuries pitching-wise last year. So it seems like your guys' kind of approach of like, we're not afraid to go singles and doubles instead of trying to leave the yard will definitely benefit.
Put the ball in play.
Do you guys have any new, whether it be transfers or new younger guys that you're very excited about?
We do have some young guys that we're very excited about. We don't have any transfers. We got some young guys that are going to compete for varsity spots, which I think competition is really, really good. We got some guys that haven't had the opportunity because somebody was in front of them that are going to be put in that place, and I think they're ready for it. So it's just a matter of putting the work in and not making the moment too big and just go play. Have fun.
So speaking of some of those guys from last year, how hard is it going to be both on the field and off the field to replace kind of like guys like Brendan Till, guys like Thomas Flynn that were such a big core part of this team for a little bit?
Brendan, he's junior. When he was a junior, he was Offensive Player of the Year, and he could have been it again as a senior. His energy is second to none. He's just a old school baller, right? He just goes out and plays, loves playing, and he'll do whatever it takes. I think we have – I don't know if we have a Brendan replacement, but I know we have some talent that can come in that is young, that if they embrace the moment and not make the moment too big, I think they could do really, really well. And a couple of them are going to be given opportunities because they're good enough to do it.
It was hard to see till he was hurt in the end of the Delco League finals, and I think it was maybe game 2, or it was early on in the championship, or maybe the round before, and he was up in the press box at Sun Valley with me playing the walk-up songs because he's like, I gotta do something because I can't just be pacing around the dugout like the guy just runs on baseball. And if he can't play, it was probably the number one person that was to deal with something like that was just hard for him.
Not only was he a great kid, but he could have pitched. He could catch. He could do anything. So when he came in as a freshman, we really didn't have a shortstop, and he's an outfielder. So I'm like, he's our best athlete. I'm going to make him a shortstop. And he embraced it. Never complained, never nothing. And became a really, really good shortstop who can also play really, really good outfield.
I wonder if do you have any idea what LaSalle will put him at?
I don't.
Because, I mean, from watching him for the last, I guess, probably 3 years since we were in person, like, I would have believed you if you said he was a shortstop from the time he was 4 years old, you know?
Yep.
So how do you think kind of it seems like the chemistry of this group is great. I mean, from that bench mob video was hysterical last year, but how's the kind of the leadership of the group looking when you lose some of those seniors?
So I think that part is transitional. I think that we have some right there, 3 of our leaders, right? Some lead by example. Some can lead by character. Some can lead by, setting the tone, having a talk. I try to make it so it's their team. I'm here not to screw it up, but I'm also
steering
here.
The ship, yeah.
I need to be, and I think we got some really good senior leadership. We also got some underclassmen leadership, which I think is pretty cool as well. That they talked about some of them in terms of, people that have put in the work, that work hard every day, that lead by example, that are in the weight room every day, that are first on the field every day. And they're not it may not be a senior, it may be a sophomore. I think we got some talented sophomores. I think we got a couple of really talented freshmen that are going to work themselves into the mix. I think that having competition is a really, really good thing. So I think, all our catching is underclassmen. We got 7 catchers, not a senior.
Wow. So it seems like it'll be some good competition to have,
Yep.
So what would kind of, as a whole, make this season be considered a success for you? Because wins and losses are obviously a byproduct, but what do you guys need to do to execute to be able to say that we did everything we could?
I think that's pretty simple. Go out and play your ass off and have fun. And at the end of the game, don't have any regrets. Don't say I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Don't say, I didn't hustle on that play, or I didn't do what I was capable of doing. Just go out every single game. Be prepared, because you win in practice. You're not winning in games, right? You're winning in practice. You're winning in the weight room. You're winning every other place. Then when you step on the field, that should just be natural. Just go. And that's what I want these guys to understand. Right now, let's work. Let's get everything done, and let's go have fun in the games and just let it happen.
That's how you build the confidence. Because if you said, "Hey, it's like studying for a test," like you did it, you did all the work, studying
Right.
until 2 a.m. Like you should know everything by now. You should be ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, well, Coach. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come in. I'm looking forward to getting to see you guys out there and maybe get a little dollar dog day down that right field line.
I love it.
Appreciate it.
We
All
got
right,
the
thanks.
grills. We got everything.
Oh, perfect. My dad's boss has a hot dog roller, so I'm hoping that maybe we could even get that out there as well.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you having us and having the boys. Thank you very much.
Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you.